What questions should you ask at the end of an interview? It's that dreaded moment at the end of the interview and you're wondering what to ask. Stick around for my top 5 tips for coming up with great questions to ask in an interview. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights on how to grow your career and hit that bell to be notified when we upload a new video every week. Asking great questions is one of the easiest ways to stand out from the competition. You can use the questions in this video to help you do just that. Here's tip number 1. Change your perspective. People make the big mistake of assuming the job interview is for the company to figure out whether they should hire you. But just as important is for you to figure out whether this is the right role and company for you. Here's tip number 2. Don't wait till the end. You don't have to wait till the end to ask great questions. The job interview should flow both ways through engaging conversations. You don't always have to feel like you just have to answer one question after another. You can answer the interviewer's questions and then follow up with a relevant question of your own. Tip number 3. Don't say nothing. At the end of your interview, the interviewer is going to ask you if you have any other questions about the role. Do not say no. Having been on the hiring side for a few years, that is the #1 response, and it immediately puts you at the bottom of the pile with 90% of the other candidates who didn't ask valuable questions. Tip number 4, have a list of questions prepared. It is okay to take a notepad in with you for your interview. Take notes about what you learn or different things they mention that you feel are important. You can also include your questions in your notepad so that you don't forget. Tip number 5, what do you want to know about the company and role? To come up with great questions, you need to think about what you don't know about the role and the company. The culture, the projects, how they're managed, who are the key decision makers, how do they make decisions in the team, what does a typical day or week look like? You get the idea. A sample question you could ask is, how does the culture differ in the team compared to the company? Tip number 6, know what's expected. You want to go into a role knowing what is expected of you, and most importantly, understand what it will take to really impress your future employers. A great sample question to ask is, fast forward 12 months from now. What will the candidate for this role have accomplished for you to look back on this as a great hire? I've got one more bonus tip for you. Be direct. This is a tip I'm borrowing from Cass Thompson. It's quite frankly a genius question, and I wish I'd really come up with it myself. The question is, based on what we've talked about today, is there anything that is giving you hesitancy with hiring me? This is a great question to show you're not afraid to ask tough questions or be direct, and it will also give you direct feedback on where you may not have done enough to land the role this time. It also gives you an opportunity to course correct and allay their fears about hiring you. There you have it, my top 6 tips for what to ask at the end of an interview. If you're still struggling to come up with the questions on your own, I have put together an extensive list of questions that you can take into your next interview. Click the link in the description below to get access to the questions. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to our channel for more insights on building a fulfilling career, and I will see you in the next video.